I hope you don't mind if I say that I love you, 'cause there's so many ways that I want to carve out our names, board a last minute plane, just us two. We can chase the sun as it sets in the mountains, find luck like a bet in Greek fountains, or lay lazy in bed with your head on my chest. I hope you don't mind if I say that I love you. Every day another I do, 'cause you know I do, I do, I do. I hope you can hear every note that my heart sings, like a choir of bells, how they all ring. Oh, can't you tell, neath the timpani swells and heartstrings, there's a place deep in our hearts where it matters. We can stay there forever and after, written in stars right above where we are. I hope you don't mind if I say that I love you. Every day another I do, 'cause you know I do, I do, I do.
Hey y'all, we are in the studio because it is getting ready to get hot out there. I have just finished bringing everybody over. We got the Budmeister and we got the Mona laying on the other side there. She has her own special bed. Where the wood shelf used to be, I took that out, and now it makes for a nice place to, I put her mattress there and she rests there in the cool of the day, or to get cooled off in the day. It has been a very busy Tuesday. I have baked beer bread. I have baked oatmeal cookies. I have cooked a pot of rice. Obviously, I was running out of food because I've also made peanut butter yogurt pops that I put in the freezer. My socks. The socks I'm knitting. And I was so proud. Look at me. I'm going to have them done in a week. Did y'all notice the dates on when I started? And look. However, this is the cuff. It's 7 inches, which is what I usually do. And then it's 9 inches. 7 inches for the foot, 2 inches for the toe. That's my normal sock yarn usage. I ain't got enough. So guess what I'm going to do? So here we go. This is called frogging. Why? Because I'm ripping it out. Ripping, ripping, ripping. All that work for days. This is knit one, purl one ribbing. This is knit, 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 knit. It's a lot of ribbit. Ribbit, ribbit. So I'm frogging it. I'm actually going to take it to about this mark here, because you need a little bit of ribbing to hold it in place. Oh, it's so painful. And let me tell you, comes out a lot quicker than it went in. But sometimes you just got to. You just have to undo the stuff. Now, while I finish ripping this out, frogging it, I want to explain in more detail how does a water pump, a shallow well water pump that comes from Harbor Freight, how does it work? Well, it has a bladder in it. And that bladder is supposed to be at a particular PSI, which you can check with your air pressure gauge, like for your truck tires. There is a regulator on top of the pump. And that regulator also has a setting. All I know is that when my water comes out of the spigot, you get, oop, there's water pressure. And then it gradually, as you're filling up that gallon jug, it decreases and slows down. It goes from 50 pounds of pressure to 30. Now, right now, we can't even, that's not happening. It never gets to the 50 pounds now. It's never worked since they installed it. I don't know why. I don't know what was done or what wasn't done. But here's why I want a new one. The water from my tanks flows directly into that pump. It's supposed to have a screen. You may have heard me mention a screen. I've never found the screen, which means that nothing was getting blocked from going in there. So all of the algae, all of the mucky luck went into that pump. Now call me crazy, but I'm thinking if your water pump is full of mucky yuck, that it ain't going to do what it's supposed to do. So, y'all, that was in October. This has been an undercurrent of stress and horrible, horrible anxiety since October. 6 months. That's kind of embarrassing. I have other methods of keeping clean. Okay, the water goes from the pump, and if you're going to use hot water, it goes into an on-demand propane hot water heater. It also has a screen. It also is not supposed to get all mucky yoked. Number one. Number two, it is supposed to be cleaned like it has been cleaned now by a special piece of equipment that the company itself sells, and then it gets all of the hard water stuff out of there, is what it's supposed to do. And once again, it has a filter, and that filter has been cleaned as far as I know. What I want to have happen, two things. My new water pump needs to be installed properly, according to the directions, with the proper PSI before you put it down in that hole, and to make sure that the settings are set properly on the regulator. Correct me if I'm wrong. The regulator would determine how quickly it goes from 50 PSI to 30. Now it won't get up to 50. It goes about 40 and then drops. Every time it drops, the pump turns on. It's only running when I'm actually running water. And it's been a crazy nightmare. Partly because I did not express myself well enough, apparently. And I'm back to what I want to have, because I need tank water sitting in tanks, totes they call them. That is approximately 1,000 gallons. I live in the desert in the summer. They're predicting a tremendously hot summer. And I need water to drink, and I need water to stay cool. Still frogging. Got a little more to do. I'm going to stop at this black mark here, I believe, is what I'm going to do. Okay, so back to the water pump. Because it is in such a position, it is very difficult to get to unhook it, and then pull it out of there, put in another one, and reinstall it. At this point, I'll pay you whatever you want. Just please give me a water pump. Because, y'all, I lived here for 2019, 6 weeks in, this system was set up. So January of 2019 until Bob passed away in April of 2021, the tanks were maintained and clean. When I got the big black tank, there was a disconnect in my brain. I didn't know how to get the chlorine in, and the tanks were sitting in the sun. Bob and I talked about what could we do, and we were in that process because we had gone through a couple of winters and only one summer at that point. Poor Bob. He drove into town 2 and 3 times a week, and it was mostly to get water. Is that where I was going to stop? Yeah. I'm going for 3 inches of cuff. Let's see how I'm doing. And right now I got 4. And I was right. Sometimes I'm right, because look at this. Look at where the 3 goes to this black mark. That's part of the trick. Ripping it out is one thing. Getting my needles back in there in the proper position, oh my goodness. That's going to be a whole different nother. And I'm going to stop there. See all them little tiny stitches? See how there's some on one side and some on the other? That's knitting and purling. It would have been a lot easier if I hadn't had to do that. But now what I got to do is take these needles, 3 of them, 20 stitches on each one. I've never had this problem before, so where I actually did not have enough in one skein of yarn to make a sock. Okay, so you've seen the progress and the demolition. How fast can I knit it back without it getting all tangled in a messy, messy ball of knots? Let's see. Oh, I wanted to tell you. Okay, I've told y'all about the water tank and the pump. Here's what I'm waiting on. I texted them and I said, I just want the pump. I need it fixed. I need it replaced. I've already got the pump. And I didn't have to buy that pump. I only had to buy the pump once. And if you order from online at Harbor Freight, and it's a water pump, they don't want it. So they sent me another one, because that's what I wanted. I didn't need a refund. I just wanted a new water tank. And I said, so what do I do with the old one that's not functioning properly? That's up to you. Just don't take it to the store, they said. So I was like, okay. So I've been holding this other pump for 6 months. And now that my tanks are clean, see, I did everything in the wrong order. I should have gotten the tanks completely clean. I did start by hiring someone, Charlie. Hey, Charlie. Charlie watches all my videos. Hey, Charlie, I'm still having problems with my water. Can you believe it? And I'm going to need to order more, because I am filling those 1,000 gallons of water today. Oh, my goodness, y'all. It's I'm just going to say it. It's a crazy world, and it's a crazy time. And I know that my trials and tribulations, they're no different than y'all's. Oh, wait, they are different, but they affect us the same. Y'all got, who knows what all y'all dealing with out there in the big world. This is just me dealing with my little tiny space. And I heard a really good piece of wisdom the other day. And the guy said, we each have a certain amount of energy that we can do things in a day. And as we get older, we all know that energy level kind of goes down a little bit. And he said, what you're doing is you're using all your energy to survive. It's hard to put energy into other things. So what y'all got going wrong? But you know, it's a wonderful balance, because this has been one of the most beautiful springtime blooms I've ever seen since I've been living in the desert. Did you see my prickly pear? It's not really mine. It's actually on 13th Street on the side of the road, but it's still lined up with my property, so I count it as mine. I possibly could make prickly pear jelly from those blooms. I need to go YouTube it. But for today, I have talked long enough. I hope y'all have a good rest of the week. Try to stay focused on today, not 3 days down the road, not 3 months down the road like I do. Oh my goodness. Got to prepare and got to live in the moment too. So I am still enjoying the desert bloom. Soon you will see the trumpets, but they're the green alien plants. I love those things. And I've got a beautiful one right on my path. And what's the other thing? Oh, the pencil cactus. And the driveway cactus, the cholla. It's got buds. Y'all, stay tuned. I will do my best to show you the beautiful, beautiful things that survive in the desert. I love y'all.
Yeah. May the road rise to meet you and the sun kiss your face. May there always be a miracle waiting just to bless your day. Life won't always hand you roses. Don't let it get you down. Keep your eyes on what your goal is and your feet on solid ground. Take this with you where you go. You are love, 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 love. You are love, yeah, you are. You are love, love, love.